Forget the muddy, axe-wielding stereotype. The Vikings of Jorvik were nothing like the wild, unkempt warriors you might picture from old movies or comic books. Instead, imagine a vibrant, organized community, full of life and color, where people took pride in their appearance and their city. Viking York, Jorvik, was a booming city, not a backwater. It was a place where innovation and ambition thrived, and where people from all walks of life came together to build something extraordinary. At its peak in the 10th century, Jorvik had up to 15,000 residents, making it one of Britain's largest cities. That's more people than many medieval towns could ever dream of, and it rivaled the great cities of Europe in its day. This was the London or New York of its day, buzzing with trade and ambition. The streets were alive with the sounds of merchants, craftsmen, and families going about their daily lives. Jorvik had real infrastructure, wooden drains, latrines with seats, actual bathrooms. These weren't just crude holes in the ground but carefully designed facilities that kept the city cleaner and healthier than you might expect for the era. Vikings here tackled urban problems head-on, planning for thousands of people living side by side. They built organized neighborhoods, managed waste, and even had systems for fire safety and public order. The city's trade network was vast. Jorvik was connected by river and sea to distant lands, making it a hub for goods, ideas, and cultures from across the known world. Artifacts from the Middle East, Central Asia, and the Arctic have been found here. These discoveries revealed just how far the city's influence and connections reached. Imagine a Viking haggling for a silk scarf from Byzantium or a bead from India. This was a global crossroads. Spices, jewelry, and even glassware from distant lands changed hands in Jorvik's bustling markets. The markets were a riot of languages and cultures, a true melting pot. You could hear Norse, Old English, and even Arabic spoken among the crowds, as people from all over the world mingled and traded. Jorvik's artisans were world-class: woodworkers, blacksmiths, jewelers, and leather workers. Their skills were in high demand, and their creations were sought after far beyond the city walls. The artifacts, amber pendants, carved bone combs, show a love for both beauty and function. These items weren't just practical, they were works of art, reflecting the creativity and taste of their makers. These weren't just tools, they were status symbols for a discerning urban crowd. Owning a finely crafted comb or a decorated brooch was a way to show off your wealth and sophistication. In Jorvik, your belt buckle said more about you than any horned helmet ever could. Fashion and personal style mattered here, and people took pride in their appearance. This was a city of style, substance, and surprising sophistication, a place where the Viking world's best and brightest came together to create something truly remarkable. Living in Jorvik meant waking up in a timber house, its walls built from sturdy oak, and its roof thatched with reeds. These homes were simple but strong, designed to withstand the cold northern winds and the damp English weather. The first light of dawn would filter through small, shuttered windows, casting a golden glow on the rough wooden beams. Outside, you'd step onto a bustling street like Coppergate, where the sounds of daily life began early. Merchants set up their stalls, neighbors greeted each other, and the city slowly came alive. Homes doubled as workshops, with families working and living in the same long, narrow space. Craftsmen shaped wood, spun wool, or repaired tools right beside the hearth while children played or helped with chores. The air was thick with wood smoke, the aroma of bubbling stew, and the unmistakable scent of city life, animals, people, and the earth itself mingling together. Streets were muddy, lined with wooden planks to keep feet dry, and alive with chickens darting between carts and neighbors chatting as they passed by. The city was noisy, blacksmiths hammering iron at their forges, merchants haggling over prices, and kids playing dice or chasing each other through the crowds. Every corner was filled with activity. Food was surprisingly varied: beef, pork, seafood from the nearby rivers, and even fruit like apples and cherries, brought in from the countryside or traded from afar. Bread made from imported wheat was a luxury for the well-off, and honey sweetened meals, adding a touch of richness to the daily diet. For many, these were rare treats, savored on special occasions. Privacy was rare. Families cooked, ate, and slept together in one room, sharing every moment of daily life. The sense of togetherness was strong, but space was always at a premium. Benches became beds at night, and the hearth was the heart of the home, providing warmth, light, and a place to gather after a long day. It was cozy, crowded, and intensely communal. No escaping to your own room here. Every sound and smell was shared, making for a life that was both intimate and sometimes overwhelming. Jorvik life was vibrant, messy, and full of energy, a city where every day brought new sights, sounds, and stories to discover. Jorvik was a key hub in a vast Viking trade network. Think international airport, but with longships. Rivers Ouse and Foss connected the city to the North Sea and beyond. France, Spain, Russia, even Constantinople. Archaeologists have found silk from Byzantium, amber from the Baltic, cowrie shells from the Indian Ocean, and coins from Baghdad. Jorvik wasn't just importing, it was exporting fine wool, steel weapons, and jewelry across Europe. Craftsmen here knew their work might end up in Dublin or Norway. The city buzzed with people, goods, and ideas from all over. Old Norse mixed with Old English and Irish in the streets. This cultural exchange shaped everything from fashion to technology. Vikings weren't just raiders, they were savvy merchants and cosmopolitan city builders. Jorvik was where worlds collided and new ideas flourished. To truly understand Jorvik, you have to look closely at what its people made and how they made it. The city's story is told not just in grand halls or epic battles, but in the everyday objects shaped by skilled hands. This was a city of master artisans, not just laborers. Craftsmen and women filled the streets and workshops, their expertise passed down through generations, each adding their own touch to the city's legacy. Woodworking thrived here. Timber buildings rose with sturdy frames, while bowls, cups, and utensils were carved with remarkable precision. Every wooden object, from the largest beam to the smallest spoon, reflected a deep respect for the material and the craft. Blacksmiths, too, were essential. They forged everything from simple nails to intricate weapons, mastering the secrets of iron and steel. Their forges glowed day and night, fueling the city's growth and defense. Jewelers created intricate pieces in silver, gold, and bronze, brooches, arm rings, and pendants that became status symbols for the city's elite. Their artistry was admired far beyond Jorvik's walls. Even everyday items like bone combs were transformed into miniature masterpieces, decorated with geometric patterns and animal motifs. These objects reveal a culture that found beauty in the ordinary. Leatherworkers shaped shoes, belts, and scabbards, often beautifully tooled with intricate designs. Their work protected and adorned the people of Jorvik, blending utility with elegance. In Jorvik, even the most mundane objects, household tools, storage boxes, and utensils, were given artistic details. The line between function and decoration was blurred. The city's artisans took immense pride in their work, blending function with beauty in every piece they made. Their dedication elevated daily life. Their craftsmanship was the backbone of Jorvik's reputation, drawing traders and visitors from distant lands who marveled at the city's wares. These objects tell us that the Vikings valued not just utility but also quality and style. Their legacy endures in every artifact we uncover. In Jorvik, even a simple comb was a work of art, a testament to the city's creative spirit. The city's soul was found in its skilled hands, in the quiet moments of creation, as much as in the bustle of trade. In Jorvik, the little things truly mattered. Each crafted object a piece of a much larger story, woven together by generations of artisans. The Vikings didn't just occupy York, they redesigned it. They laid out efficient burgage plots, long narrow properties with shops facing the street and homes behind. Streets like Coppergate became commercial arteries, packed with workshops and stalls. Timber-framed houses with wattle and daub walls created a dense, lively cityscape. Jorvik's public works were ahead of their time. Wooden drains, organized waste pits, and even zoning for different trades. Crafts clustered together, making it easy for customers and artisans alike. The city was organized, practical, and built for commerce. Walking Jorvik's streets felt like exploring a medieval shopping district. The Vikings understood urban challenges and solved them creatively. Their planning made Jorvik efficient and prosperous. This was city building, Viking style. Jorvik wasn't all work. Social life thrived here. The market was the city's beating heart, where news, gossip, and goods flowed. Farmers, merchants, and artisans mingled in a lively, diverse crowd. Alehouses buzzed with laughter, games, and music. Viking pubs for the people. Archaeologists have found gaming pieces and musical instruments, proof of a vibrant culture. Storytelling was prime entertainment. A good skald was a local celebrity. Pagan and Christian rituals coexisted, creating a rich, spiritual landscape. Festivals brought the whole city together for feasting and celebration. Jorvik's social life was dynamic, inclusive, and essential to its identity. This was a city that knew how to have fun. Forget the wild, horned-helmeted Viking cliché. Jorvik's residents were city dwellers, merchants and artisans, builders, not just warriors. The horned helmet? Pure myth, no evidence for it at all. Vikings here valued grooming and hygiene. Combs, tweezers, and ear scoops abound. Jorvik was a melting pot of Norse, Anglo-Saxon, Irish, and European cultures. Their language blended Old Norse and Old English, shaping modern English. Art fused Scandinavian and Anglo-Saxon styles, reflecting openness to new ideas. Jorvik's people faced the same urban challenges we do, making a living, finding a home, and navigating city life. They innovated in sanitation, planning, and trade. These Vikings were pioneers of a complex cosmopolitan society. Jorvik's legacy is one of creation, not just conquest. Jorvik's secret is in its soil, waterlogged, oxygen-poor, and perfect for preservation. Organic materials survived: wood, leather, textiles, even food remains. Archaeologists have found shoes, bowls, textiles, and even fossilized Viking poop, offering an intimate look at daily life. This preservation lets us reconstruct the city's environment in stunning detail. Pollen, seeds, and insect remains reveal crops, plants, and even sanitary conditions. Each generation built atop the last, creating a dense archaeological layer cake. Jorvik's history is literally layered beneath modern York. The city's secrets were kept safe in the damp earth, waiting to be discovered. Jorvik was more than a settlement, it was a statement. The Vikings here were builders, traders, and innovators, transforming a fading Roman town into a thriving metropolis. The city's greatness lay in its people, their connections, and their smart solutions to urban life. Workshops, markets, and craft districts were the heartbeat of Jorvik. Artifacts, shoes, combs, gaming pieces bridged the gap between their world and ours. Jorvik's residents wanted what we all do: a good life, pride in work, and a sense of community. The city's legacy is one of creation, diversity, and innovation. Jorvik thrived on trade, openness, and artistic skill. Here, a Norseman could wear Byzantine silk and live in an Anglo-Saxon house. Jorvik's fusion of cultures shaped York and English history for centuries to come.